Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer and I'm here to build a Lego set, and then when that's done, start a model kit. It's just that easy, folks. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave Lego Scythe emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. You get the Scythe emote if you're tier 2. Is a tier 3 emote coming? Yes. Am I holding off trying to get that started until after this charity stream that I'm doing on Friday? Also, yes. Aristophan is here. Hi, Aristophan. Bobby Dice Roller is here. Welcome, welcome. We're a little light tonight. I started a little later than I normally would, by a couple minutes. It's not a big deal. But we are also small but mighty tonight. I'm hoping a few more folks decide to join us. Maybe this is just a chill Monday. Anyway, I am going to do everything in my fucking power to be positive and cool while also complaining very much about a incident that happened today that really is just made me furious, and I have just been in a I would call this a bad mood. If I was gonna have to put a label on the mood that I have been in today since about noon until so that is 9 hours of the day, I would say I have been in a rotten mood. Yeah, it's more than bad, rotten. Um, Very unhappy with that. Definitely short tempered. Hopefully, I will be chill on the stream. I will do my best to be professional and to put. Hey, Lashbrook, Les was here. Saw on Twitter. Sounds crappy. It is Aristophan. Um, we'll get into that when we start building because I'm gonna look. Venting is a thing that, I get it. Sometimes you need to get it out there. You need to talk about it. It's healthier than bottling it up. Um, and I wanted to not let it affect me, but it also very much did. And uh, I am definitely feeling more sensitive in the past year and change than I have in the previous. And so that's good to recognize about myself and be like, okay, right now I'm not feeling my best. Let's figure out ways to you know, figure that out and move forward and feel better about what's going on. I have the opportunity to do that, so I should take advantage of that. That is kind of what I'm feeling right now. Is like, okay, well, I can feel better. I can figure out a way to work through it. I'm going to talk about it. And it's going to be okay. Was it the biggest thing in the world? No. Will I forget about it eventually? Yes. But is it bothering me right now? Assuredly. 100%. Anyway, I'm going to retweet my tweet that we're and get just maybe we'll get a few more faces to come hang out. Okay. Yeah, somebody really nicely replied to my situation, which I appreciated very much. So thank you, the person that just said a very nice thing. Uh, yeah. So sorry, I just saw that and I was like, oh, that is an incredibly nice message someone sent me. So that's just very nice. All right, let's go to the overhead. Oh, Plastic Model Weekender. Will I promote this when there are more people here in chat? You bet your ass I will. Do I have limited opportunities to do so? Yes, because I will be doing a game stream on Wednesday, and I'll tell you right now, I'm playing more Pokemon Randomizer. Pokemon Emerald Randomizer, picking up where we left off, see if we can get farther. Let's try to get to another gym. Come on. We didn't really make so much. We caught very few Pokemon and didn't make a lot of progress the last episode. So gonna be doing that. That's on Wednesday. Thursday, no stream because of this stream on Friday. Um, Zombie Pie's here. Hey, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for promoting my stream and many others during the Giant Bomb Community Endurance Run. Zombie Pie, it was my pleasure. I put the word out. I said, hey, if you are doing, I got retweeted the Duders feed saying basically hey, if you are doing these streams at any time during the weekend, tag me and I will retweet because I made the decision not to do the Giant Bomb Community Endurance Run, which was this past weekend. I was going to when we raided Xandra on Saturday, and I tried to promote it. Yes, You're the Duders feed. Yeah, and which I knew. But yeah, trying to retweet those and get the word out. Because I made the choice not to do that, and instead, I am taking part in a separate charity event this weekend. Promoting was very helpful, Pat. Well, it was that thing of like, I know there are plenty of people that are like, well, I'm just going to go to giantbomb.com/chat and whatever pops up, I'll watch that. But there are times where there are, overlapping things and other people doing things, and it's nice to be able to be like, oh, yeah, that's still happening this weekend. It's Sunday, and I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I can go check out a stream and maybe donate. But I am taking part in a different promotional thing, charity event this weekend, which is at Plamo Weekender. Twitch.tv/Primal Weekender. We do have now some announcements that will be happening all this week about prizes. Basically, if you donate, the donations I don't think are turned on yet, but if you donate $20 anytime that weekend, you will be entered to win amazing prizes. Some of those things are like model kits that are worth hundreds of dollars. Some of them are like gift cards to incredible stores that sell model kits. And if you end up winning, if you end up winning like a gift card, I personally will help you find something cool. I will give you recommendations to use that gift card on. But during my stream, well, thank you, Zombie Pie, I appreciate that. During my stream, anytime we hit $50 from when I start the 3 hours until I'm done, I will open a random pack of trading cards. I got movie cards, comic book cards, sports cards, and of course, trading cards. I will tell you, I did not get anything from Magic the Gathering because anything I could find from Magic was very expensive, and I was like, I'm not getting Magic cards. But I did get another trading card game that involves card battling because I had to. And I'm very excited about that. And that's cumulative. You don't have to donate $50. And again, if you donate 20 anytime that weekend, there are going to be prizes for each day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can enter and win. I'll get that out of the way, but I did want to promote that because I'm very happy. I'm working on the Wood'em Pod, as you can see, that is above me. That is the kit I'm working on. I'm going to try to build that in 3 hours. I will not do any stickers, except the eye. I'll do the eye sticker, and I will do panel lining if we have time. But I will most likely, if I don't do panel lining on the stream, I'll finish it up there. And then, because it was asked, I have 11 packs of cards. So if we somehow make $600 donated during my stream, because that 11 packs, $50, $550, right? Easy math. If we happen to raise more, like $600 or more, I owe you packs to open. And I'll do it on my own stream. So whatever we end up the 3 hours, if we somehow manage to raise over, I will owe you some packs. I will go and find them and buy them. That is a thing that I made the decision there because I didn't know what else to do. Anyway, let's get the model kit building because I said I was going to do that tonight, and we are going to. We are working first. We started this on Saturday, the Mandalorian and Child Brickheadz. So we are working on our child, our AKA Baby Yoda, working on the little base here, and now we are starting to build up our friend. And then when that's done, we will work on the Mandalorian in all its many cool sizes and shapes and all that. Very excited to work on that. So we'll get into that now. Yeah, let's put that together. As always, Lego, just so easy. I just love it. Like if I mess up, I can fix it. I got my brick separator here. Hopefully won't even need it. Got that ready to go. Ready for me. I've got my tools for model kit stuff in case I really get messed up and have to really dig into some tools. But for the most part, this should be breezy, just like light and easy to do, which gives more time for story time. Which I should have not said that. More room for story time. Let's say that. I've got more room for story time. And what is the story time? Well, I tweeted about it, and then I kind of referenced it. So we'll talk about it. Sometime around noon, I was out for a walk. Now, around here, in my neighborhood, people drive places. Rarely are you going to see people walking. Um, Now, pets, obviously, walking a dog, you're going to see a lot of that. And then there are people who do exercise, especially in the year 2021, when, and into the year 2020, when going to the gym doesn't make as much sense. Uh, People aren't necessarily going to parks. There are not too many around here, but there are a few. So yeah, people are getting out for exercise. Now, do I walk every day? No, I don't walk every day. I walk often. It is to kind of stretch out because you're using your whole body there. It is good for me to get out there and kind of stretch out because I'm on a bicycle and that's fine. But to me anyway, getting out there, going for a walk, it's just nice. It lets me clear my head. Catch up on podcasts because I do genuinely enjoy podcasts and don't have like a lot of reasons to listen to them because I don't have a commute anymore. So going for a long walk or on the bike, I'll listen to podcasts. So it's like, all right, that's fun. I'll do that. I'm on my way back from my walk, so it's I don't know 12:30, something like that. And a car is driving down and slows down, and the window comes down, and someone leans out and says, "Hi," and I say hello because it's the South and you say hi here. I don't just ignore this person like I might have in a previous living situation. And I think I'm about to get my phone. My guess is I'm about to get my phone out to let this person know how to get out of here because they tried to leave through one way. There's one area in this thing that's a private road, and you need to be in the community to have like a sticker on your car to get through it. And I'm thinking this person must be just like, hey, I tried to leave this one way. How do I get out of here? That's my guess. And my guess is I'm about to open Google Maps and give them somewhat helpful instructions on how to leave, right? Instead, this person leans out, gets my attention and says, "Are you walking for exercise?" And I say, "Yeah, get out of the house." And she says, "Well, walking's bad exercise. You should join a gym." To which I don't know what to say because I feel like I've just been one. There's several things. And so, like, that's the thing. What I just did there is what I was doing in my head. Because, like, this is not helpful in any way. It's not warranted. It's not asked for. I don't know this person. They're ostensibly a neighbor, I guess. And I'm just like, what's happening right now? I wasn't sure what was happening. So okay, and like kind of gave a smile and like a confused smile and then started walking again. And obviously there are several things to this, right, that we can say. One is, hey, walking is good exercise. Gets the blood flowing, you work a lot of muscles in that way. It's hot out, so you're sweating, working up a good sweat. That's nice. And two, don't go to the gym right now. It's a pandemic. What are you talking about? And three, mind your business. Save it for your blog. Tweet about how you saw someone today that was walking, and don't they know that walking's not good exercise and they should just join a gym? Like, save it for your blog. Like, I don't. Harold is now hosting this stream. Thank you, Harold. Appreciate that. Welcome. Yeah, it was just like, it has been a while since I have gotten complete nonsense, unhelpful advice from someone. And advice is in quotation marks. And it really did just kind of fuck with me in a way that I was not expecting. It did ruin my day. So, Aristophan. She was not wearing a mask. She's driving in her car. So, I can say this about South Carolina. People do not wear masks unless they are entering a business that requires them to wear a mask. Like, I'm going for my walk. I am not wearing a mask when I go for a walk. I am socially distanced. If someone's working in their yard and they seem to be within a length of my own body, I moved to the middle of the street, the other side of the street. Someone is walking or running or biking, because there are people that do that. I will always make sure that I have gotten lot distance there. But it is uncommon to see people just like say if someone's biking in the neighborhood, they're not wearing a mask. They should, but they're not. That is just not what happens here. People almost never wear masks in their cars. Um, Went to Home Depot today, and all the employees inside the store wearing masks. The employees that were working on the exterior pop-up part in the parking lot to help with, because this is the season where people are buying lots of stuff for their yard, like wood chips and rocks and stuff. None of those employees were wearing masks because they're outside, so they weren't wearing masks. It's a whole fucking thing down here. So this woman was not wearing a mask. And I will say, she appeared to be that unnecessary helpful thing, which is not purely a Southern thing. It wasn't that. It wasn't that kind of condescending. It was our patronizing. It was, I'm being helpful to this person. I'm giving them information that they apparently need. It's unwarranted, inaccurate advice, but she was giving some advice. And it did, I will say, as I said, it did rub me the wrong way, and I am still fucking thinking about it. And tomorrow, maybe I won't. But today, oh boy. I was, when I first got here, because I was in the New York mindset when I first came here last summer, I was wearing a mask when I went out for a walk, every time I went out for a walk. You know, on the street, whatever. If I was working in the yard. Now, I wear a mask when I'm working in the yard, a different kind of mask in the spring and summer, or when I'm mowing the lawn, because my allergies will kick my butt for the rest of the day, even with a Claritin. So I do wear a mask for that. But yeah, if I'm like out in the yard doing something else, like picking up branches or something, I tend to not wear a mask. Probably, obviously should more, because there are people that are around. But like, literally, the second day I was here, a guy walked down our driveway up to me to shake my hand because he knows my dad. Seems seemingly nice person, but he went out of his way to enter my space, and like, not in our bubble. Not my dad. He and my dad don't hang out. They haven't. I have not seen him since. Except for waving, but was just like, well, it's July 2020, better walk down this driveway and shake this guy's hand because we met each other at a anniversary party 2 years ago, so I got to reintroduce myself. And I was just like, what is happening right now? Why are you doing this to me? Don't do this to me. So yeah, the overall thing is just like, yikes, is basically what I'm saying. Hey, welcome everybody. We got a little uptick in views, which I appreciate. And welcome everybody. I hope you're all doing well here. We do have so that was a bad thing. One good thing is, if you just want the child outside of this, you can do that, or you can place her in there and pops in. Easy to remove. So yeah, there's the child, but you can just pop the child out, put it right on that stand if you want, but I like that. There we go. There's Baby Yoda, just chilling. Pretty damn cute. Love this color. Now we're gonna move on to the Mandalorian. Ooh, the Mandalorian. We gotta build that. Gotta put some weapons on this friend. Got some lightsabers, some shiny. It's a cute build. I agree. Shiny lightsabers. Very shiny and cute. But yes, we're now going to work on that. With the rest of the pieces I have knolled and ready to go. Because I did all the two bags at the same time, because that felt like the right choice. All right. We haven't gotten to the part where we start working on the Penelope, but we still need to talk about the news. We got to break down the news. This is not a news program, but every once in a while, a piece of news comes out, and so I do want to talk about the news in the world of model kits, and that news is Hey, Epic Open World, great timing, because we're talking about some news. Legendary Pictures and the director of Kong Skull Island, whose name is Jordan Vogue Roberts, are teaming up to work on a live-action Gundam movie that will stream exclusively on Netflix worldwide, except for China. It will be in the theaters in China, which makes a lot of sense. Um, so not a lot of details out there. Live action. This is also the director that is, I believe, trying to get a Metal Gear project, either animated or live action, off the ground. So, likes the classics. Um, uh, Brian K. Vaughan is going to be writing the screenplay and is an EP. Yes, he wants to make the Metal Gear movie. Yes. So Brian K. Vaughan from The Last Man, Why the Last Man and Runaways. Okay, that sounds good. Um, it will stream on Netflix globally, except in China, where it will be where Legendary will distribute it, and so it'll be in there. OMG Baby Yoda, indeed, right? We have been working on Baby Yoda here, and now we're doing the Mandalorian. This is the Lego Brickheadz, which is their kind of like things that kind of look like Funko Pops but aren't. They're made out of Lego. But yes, we got the Baby Yoda, and then we're going to work on the Mandalorian. Um, uh, so, no details on. Is this a retelling of the original Gundam series? Is it in the Universal Century? Um, is it a completely separate thing? Is it like the live action, which I have not watched and cannot comment on, the mixed media live action animated thing that's on like Bandai's YouTube? I don't know. Sunrise is somehow related to it, but doesn't seem to be directly, so I don't expect there to be a lot of there doesn't seem to be a lot of involvement directly from Japan, which doesn't always work out. Now, the Netflix part of this is good because, at the very least, money will be put into this because you need money to be put into this if you're doing a live-action Gundam series or movie, I should say. But yeah, that is unfortunately all we've got about that. Let's see. Well, what we got here? Lord Crashington just subscribed for 21 months saying, "Hey, Pat, hope things are going well. Keep up the great work and stay safe." You too, Lord Crashington, and thank you very much. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site note in the chat for Lord Crashington. I'm reading the IGN article here, which goes into a bunch about the director and also, hey, no disrespect to the writer of this article, Julia Alexander, but a little suspect if your favorite Gundam, she says, because she says, since then, Sunrise and Partners have released numerous spin-offs, including this writer's personal favorite, Gundam Seed. I mean, look, like I said, Gundam Seed, not my favorite series, not bad, but certainly that's an interesting shout-out. Life-size unicorn Gundam standing tall in Tokyo. Yeah. So that is just throwing some facts in at the end there. But yeah, there's going to be theoretically at some point a live-action Gundam movie. And that's, yeah, I mean, I think that's like interesting. I don't have like a strong huge opinion on it. I know I'm on the internet, I'm supposed to. But it's mostly just like, okay, I hope it's good. A child of the Toonami era, I guess. Yes, Akiko. It's totally possible that that they saw it dubbed, which makes sense. I mean, sometimes your first dubbed Gundam might be your favorite. I mean, it is for me. Gundam Wing was my first Gundam, and it's my favorite Gundam. Now, is it the Gundam that I recommend people watch when they're like, hey, I want to start watching Gundam, what should I watch? No. I have a YouTube video all about that, youtube.com/PatBear, where I talk about where to go, where I think you should start with Gundam and what other people say. Gundam Seed is not mentioned in that video. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just like, look, either you watch the original and you understand the context of the fact that it started in 1979, and you're like, oh, I am cool with this, and I'm going to see what happens. So you watch the original, or you watch Eighth MS Team, which kind of gives you a good understanding of what's happening in the world. Tells a small story, but you kind of get the sense of what's happening and what's going on if you want to continue. Or you watch Iron Blooded Orphans, which is the most recent modern Gundam that I would recommend because it is in its own universe and self-contained and hits a lot of core themes in Gundam while being very visually interesting. And it's only 2 seasons long, so it is, I think, I mean, even just watching the first season, I think you could get a lot out of it. But that is generally what I say to people when they're like, hey, what if what if I started watching a Gundam? What should I do? So that is generally what I say. Um, because getting too far into Gundam, like I just don't know if the original can hold people's attention because I think you need more of a cultural understanding of anime of that era to really dive into it. And then the movies are pretty good. Wasn't Pacific Rim kind of a Gundam movie just made for Western audiences? So Epic Open World, I would say that not really Gundam because I mean it's a kaiju movie made for a Western audience certainly. Um, it certainly is trying to get into that. So maybe it's like more of like an Ultraman or a Gridman for a Western audience. Um, because there's very little talk about the fact that the robots are also very destructive because it is, and maybe that is the Western influence in it. The human toll, and the human toll is definitely like there and discussed. But I generally would be of the opinion that Pacific Rim is kind of just trying to do the robots fighting monsters like movie, and also being character focused in that Ron Perlman is the best thing in that movie. Uh, that Ron Perlman outshines mechs, cool mechs like the triplets 3-armed mech is awesome, but is it cooler than Ron Perlman? I don't know. I don't know. In my opinion, no. So that is kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, I still want those shoes. Hell yeah, Lashbrook. Oh damn those shoes. But yeah, I don't know what a live action Gundam movie appearing on Netflix is going to be. The main thing is just like not much cooler. Yeah, not much is cooler than Ron Perlman. Totally, wrist fan. My big thing about it is I just don't know. Like I want to see the other Netflix anime first because did they put money into the Bleach thing or not the Bleach thing? They didn't put money into Bleach. Um, did they put money into uh, the Death Note anime, or did they just did it end up on Netflix? Because that didn't seem great. But I am hearing fairly positive things about Cowboy Bebop from like very behind the scenes stuff, very informal things. Um, but also what happened to One Piece? Now, obviously, global pandemic, but also what happened to that One Piece live action? Like, where? What's up? What's up? They're supposed to be. They filmed stuff. They cast it and filmed stuff. I don't know. Uh, who knows? They should just get the Gundam that folks in Japan already built and use that. There you go. Big old open world. Yeah. No. No. A huge mistake would be to actually build anything like that. Build the cockpits. That's honestly what I want to see. There's a live action One Piece thing. Yes, Lashbrook. Netflix has been making or at least cast it and was going ahead with with the blessing of Oda, live action One Piece. It There has been little information about. Ooh, I put this piece in the wrong spot. Little information has come out about it, but I'm sure more will as things get closer to be existing as a property. but I don't have any information about that. What was I going to say? I don't know. Oh, what I would like it for in my mind a Gundam animated or live action Gundam thing. Uh, Either do the VR like bodysuit thing in G Gundam, or build a physical cockpit for the pilots to sit in, and make that a physical prop that they sit in, and then cut to the computer generated mobile suits that they're going to occupy, right? But make the cockpit physical. Don't make it just close up of a face on a green screen inside there. Like make them have like dials and joysticks and throttles. Like I think that, and keyboards. I think that is switches and stuff like that. I think that is the way to go. If I was going to do it, I would be pushing for that because I think that's just way cooler. I expect a full breakdown on this news on Waypoint Radio this week from Austin. Yeah, I mean, like, will Austin talk about it? I'm sure. Look, I wasn't one of the people because he doesn't need that from me. But I'm sure a bunch of people were like, I can't wait to hear you talk about this. And maybe he will. Maybe he'll go into it. Maybe he'll mention it. Who knows? But we are all complex individuals and we have layers. So maybe he's just like, okay, I'll believe it when I see the trailer. Because that's the same thing about, like, this director also wants to make a Metal Gear thing. It's like, sure you do. I would love for you to do that. I don't, whatever, okay. Like, that's kind of my response to a lot of this is like I'll believe there's going to be a live action Akira when I see it. I'll believe there is going to be any property like that. Like, are they done with principal photography on the Cowboy Bebop live action? Apparently. Do I believe that it exists? Well, here's the thing. Have I seen photos of a CG or actual dog yet? No. You show me that corgi, and I will believe you. I mean, it's probably going to happen, but I still have my doubts. But I haven't seen Ian, so I need to see Ian. Show me the dog. Haven't seen that dog yet. Need to see that dog. Then I'll know it's true. But yeah, I mean, I am expecting it there. Mostly I'm just joking with you. But yeah, that was like that was like one of the big pieces of news. Legendary Pictures years ago got the rights to do Mass Effect movie. We have not Mass Effect movie. Yes. Yeah. Anime adaptations feel like more of a... So the nice thing about anime adaptations is there's a built-in audience for it. And there are several countries that will just bite on anime adaptations, which is just seems like, wait, does this just sit here? Does that just sit there? This just sits here for now. It's not attached to anything. Like, I know it's gonna be, but that's weird. This part of the face, the mask, just kind of sits in here. Did I miss a step? Like, I'm literally going back like, No, yeah, it just sits there. Okay. I imagine this will get locked in place at some point. Well, that's weird. That's very un-Lego-like, in my opinion. Just having something that just sits around. But we'll figure it out as we continue construction. But yeah, anime is a bit of a built-in audience, and seems to be a thing right now that gets greenlit. For better or worse. Like, there was a Ghost in the Shell movie. That happened. But video game stuff, like, seems like it really needs a lot of people. Okay, I haven't said this in a while, so this is good for me to say this right now. It is a miracle that anything gets made. Ever. Ever. Remember how, like, this year, or was it last year, beginning of this year, but we managed to get the Scott Pilgrim versus the World video game got re-released. And people were like, why wasn't that re-released? Well, it didn't do well. The reason why it didn't get re-released until now is because three different people own the rights. There were the game developer and game publisher. Then there's Universal Pictures. Then there's like Oni and Brian in within Oni, the comic book publishers, and there. So they're like four individuals, but for the sake of this, we're gonna put Brian and Oni as one entity, right? So Oni, Universal, Ubisoft. Ubisoft, there's work to be done. Okay, if we can get this to work, we'll be happy to do it. Sure. It's cheaper than making a video game. Maybe it'll sell some copies. Okay. Oni, we would love to have that video game out because putting that video game out means that we might sell more copies of the graphic novel because maybe someone's going to discover it. Maybe people will buy the movie because they're like, oh yeah, I remember that. I'll get the movie. Maybe that'll lead to them buying graphic novels or back issues from them or new releases of it, whatever. New collections, all that. Within that, Brian would love to see that. Now, Brian, for a practical reason, also wanted to see, Brian Lee O'Malley, I should say, wanted to see the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World video game come out, which was he was tired of telling people, I agree with you, they should put the game out again. I don't have any control over that. But Brian Lee O'Malley is easier to come and talk to than Ubisoft, if you are a fan who's bummed out. You know who also got a lot of shit for the Ubisoft, for other people not deciding to put that game back out? Anamanaguchi, they did the soundtrack. Pete from Anamanaguchi did the soundtrack, but it's billed as Anamanaguchi, but he worked on it as Anamanaguchi. They got a lot of shit. There was a rumor that would go around every couple of years that they were the reason that it wasn't coming out because they were easy to find on the internet and be mad at. And they were like, obviously we would love it. Like, we don't make any money off the songs anymore, but we would love for it to come out because we like the game. We were psyched to work on it. We would also like you to leave us alone. What if you left us alone? So all this comes down to it. You're like, well, if all these people want to do it, why doesn't it happen? And the easiest way to tell you why it didn't happen was because nobody at Universal Pictures cared. Because why the fuck would they care? Because everyone in a spot of authority at Universal Pictures in the year 2018, 19, 2020, 2021, none of those people in power greenlit Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the movie. None of them worked on that. None of them had any shake. Either they were too low level in the company to have any influence on that movie coming out, or they have come into the company since that movie came out. And that is a big thing. It's a money-winning game, so they wouldn't care about it. Yeah, because it's a make-good for a thing. And yeah, does the game coming out help advertise the movie? Sure it does. Do any of them care about that movie? Maybe in their personal lives, maybe a few of them read the comic and saw the movie and they were like, oh, is this going to be the comic ending because the movie came out first, and like really care, and they're like, oh, I met Aubrey Plaza. She's in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That's where I found out who she was because I didn't watch Parks and Rec, but I know her from that. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Michael Cera is actually like very shy in real life too. Weird. Like, they could be like that, but more likely they are like, oh, did we put out is there a movie for Scott Pilgrim? Did we put that out? Cool, I wasn't working here for that. I have other things to worry about. So what had to happen? And that movie, low-key, has an amazing cast. Some very good people worked on it, especially if Ubisoft isn't asked about it. Yeah, so what ended up having to happen is, I don't know all of the details on this, but I do know that one of the things that was very good for people that wanted this game to come out was the fact that Oni has been getting into television. Now, Stumptown, unfortunately, didn't get renewed. I didn't see it, but I do know people who worked on it, and that's a shame. but that's a graphic novel turned into a property. So they are getting involved in that stuff, and because they are doing that, somebody must have said, "Oh yeah, yeah, all right. Well, we're working on this other thing, so sure, I'm gonna. You know what? I've we are lucky right now. I'm at um, I'm here at Universal Pictures, and I have decided that I care enough about this to actually help it happen." And then there's people at Ubisoft who were excited about this. Now, the developers of the game had nothing to do with this. They've worked on other projects since. They're not part of Ubisoft, so it wasn't that. But yeah, there was a team that was put together, probably that had finished another thing. Keep this team together. Let's finish this up. We've done the projections. This will not cost us too much money to do. And now it looks like somebody agreed to do it. And it's most likely, and again, I don't know this for a fact, but it feels like most likely it was somebody at Universal or somebody's at Universal going, well, we have this deal, we have these like conversations with Oni, and now that's a favor that we can do, and sure. Um, so it's a whole fucking thing. Uh, because it's not just Brian Lee O'Malley would like that, and he knows people at Ubisoft, and Ubisoft says, you know what, yeah, we should put that back out. We didn't put it on that many things, and let's do it. We'll put all the DLC together, and we'll put it back out. Like, sure, it's not that easy. And so it is a miracle that anything gets made is my actual larger point. It is unbelievable if a director, writers, studios, the funding keeps going, the cast is there and completes the film. I put this on upside down. This is actually going to be hard to separate. What I'm going to do is these two pieces are going to be hard to separate because I have to swap them because I did them wrong. So I'm going to put them on a third piece and then try to take off just the top one. This is not the easiest thing to do either, but I gotta like, yes, okay. You can use the brick separator to get that, and now that'll come right off. That is a trick there. There, I gave you a tip. Hope you like the tip. Now I'm going to make sure I put this on the right way. Here's the thing, though. When it comes to these things, it's like the hype is way more than the actual demand. When it came out, I didn't see many people talking about it. I understand on business side why that case could be hard to make. Yeah, so like, you know who loved and really enjoyed seeing Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? All the people at San Diego Comic-Con who got to see it for free. They really liked it. I don't know if they told their friends, though, because they saw it. So they didn't go to the movies, and they didn't bring their friends with them to go to the movies. So it didn't do super well. It is very ahead of its time in many ways, and I think will have a cult status. Certainly, it already has a minor one. I think it will have more as like a hidden gem. But yeah, I mean that came out. I know the video game sold well. It didn't sell super well, but it sold pretty well for a licensed game. That it is a homage / just a River City Ransom with Scott Pilgrim characters, and it's a pretty good River City Ransom. It's not great, but it's pretty good as far as River City Ransoms go. Again, we got a pink piece here. We're not going to see it all. Love that. Always love that when they do that here with the Lego. But yeah, but anything getting made, any movie getting made, like a movie getting made is unbelievable because so many people have to come together and be like, yes, I agree with you. We should do this. And what's my part in this process? Okay, and I'll do it. Because like I said, the same thing in that nobody who worked on Scott Pilgrim at Universal is still there, right? But, see, you say play Streets of Rage 4, better game. I hear a couple people saying, yeah, Streets of Rage 4. And I hear other people saying it's the worst Streets of Rage ever made. So, it is to each their own and different strokes and all of that. But sometimes things like a script gets optioned, right? Bunch of money. hey, complete this. Hey, we're going to put another writer on this to flesh it out because we have the things we want. We have like some things we need to get done, right? We found a producer. They have notes. We have a director. That director has notes. Blah, blah, blah. Through. Studio head changes at a thing. When a studio head changes, if a movie has not, now this is not every studio, mind you. If a movie has not begun filming or hasn't finished filming and a new studio head comes in, every script that hasn't started its production yet, you can just kiss goodbye. Because they have their own things. They have directors they like, they have producers they like, they have writers they like, they have scripts they couldn't get made at their previous job, but now they have a different job, so now they can get that pet project of theirs made. Even stuff in production, sometimes things just stop production. They're early on, they're in pre-production. They've gotten locations, and someone comes in and goes, "Oh, Harold, you have a great night. I will talk to you soon, my friend." Yeah, they finish up their stuff, and they're like, they look at it and they go like, "Well, I just don't like sci-fi epics. I just don't think that." Or, "Well, I worked on something this writer did before and it didn't go well. So, well, we're going to cut our losses on this because I have a bunch of stuff I'd like to see." So, 3 years of work over because somebody got a new job. And that's common. TV shows, same thing. Pilots get written. Sometimes they get 1 episode. Sometimes they get 3-episode treatment. They get made. They're getting made with we're going to do 6 episodes. We're going to film 6 episodes for this show. And then we'll do a mid-season renewal and give you 12 or 13. But let's do the first 6. And we'll greenlight more after we do like 1 or whatever. And then 2 episodes in, they're like, "Nope. Actually, no. Turns out, no. You're not hitting hard. You're not hitting the demographics we want. People are watching, but they're not talking about it. Oh, there's not enough people watching it live," and all these things. And it's just like, okay. So, like, maybe, I had some friends that were on a show that ended after 4 episodes. They shot 6 of them. Eventually, the 5 and 6 ended up on Hulu when they were packaged together. So they managed to get their show out eventually, like the 6 episodes. Because there were people, obviously, who liked it, just not enough. Or people who were like, "I don't watch TV. I watch the internet." Janina Gavinkar is playing a bad guy in the Borderlands movie, I guess. Yeah, and there's a Borderlands movie. And that, like, seems like that is going to be a thing. But it's also a thing where I'm like, okay, what's that going to be? They weren't really characters until the second game. So, okay. What makes Borderlands Borderlands? Honestly, to me, Borderlands is a pretty sweet art style, a loot shooter you can play with other people or yourself, and obnoxious humor that I don't enjoy. I don't know if that's going to be a movie. Like, is it just going to be a movie with jokes I don't like? Because I don't know about that one. And Claptrap. Also, there's Claptrap. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Me Moomer. Yeah, have you seen the cast of that movie? It's fucking A-listers all over the place. Epic Open World. You know what also had A-listers in it all over the place? The A-Team movie. There's some fucking great actors in that very okay movie. And then also an MMA star who was not really an actor, playing a role made famous by someone who also isn't an actor. So, a great actor anyway. Hey, I like that movie. Lashbrook. I also like the A-Team movie. People don't talk about the A-Team movie, though. It's got a pretty stellar cast. Also, Street Fighter the movie has a really good cast and is the epitome, in my opinion, of a good, bad movie. Mortal Kombat is actually okay movie. It's a pretty damn okay movie. To maybe even arguably you could make the argument that the original Mortal Kombat movie is a good movie. Is just enjoyable. The Street Fighter movie is bad, but it is fun. Uh, Raul Julia just chewing the scenery while being very sick, uh, and just very much not wanting to be there, but still going for it. Uh, just like, Kylie Minogue just being Kylie Minogue and being great. Just great cast up and down. One of the weirdest. I mean, look, you don't get that movie made without Jean-Claude Van Damme. Full stop. You do not get that movie made without Jean-Claude Van Damme. There's no way you get that movie made without Jean-Claude. But also, Jean-Claude as Guile is a terrible casting choice. Just not good casting choice. Um, Future Cops is the only good Street Fighter movie. I'll take that. I can see that. Epic Open World says I got my COVID shot today, and 2 weeks you wait after getting it lines up perfectly with the Mortal Kombat movie release. Well, Epic Open World, I mean, look, here's the thing. When you are vaccinated and you are out there, you make decisions that make sense for you and the people close to you. I will say this. This is coming from somebody who is not much of a moviegoer anyway. I don't think I'm going to the movies again for a very long time. I mean, 2019, I probably saw 3 movies in the theater. I saw 2 movies in 2020, and that's unbelievable. Because I saw Cats in January, and then I saw Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's it. I saw 2 movies last year in the theater. And that's unbelievable. I saw 2 movies. And honestly, it is mainly only because I went with a bunch of comedy friends to see Sonic the Hedgehog because Ben Schwartz is Sonic. And so a bunch of old school New York comedy friends decided we were all going to go to the movies together and see him be Sonic and play against Jim Carrey as Robotnik, which talk about great casting. It was fucking fantastic casting. Oof, so good. Whatever weirdness is going on with Jim Carrey now was like perfect in that. But yeah, I don't often go either, but feels like something I need to do. Safety, of course, for my mental well-being after the past year. And that's what I'm saying, Epic Open World. That is what I'm trying to say with that is, like, you make the right decisions for you. I totally understand. I've been thinking about that, right? So, like, I was watching all of the Tang episodes, and there are so many bad movies there, especially from Uwe Boll. Yes. Yeah. In the Name of the King is almost a good bad movie. That's almost a good bad movie. It's like so close. It needs like 2 more actors either caring a lot less or caring a lot more, and that movie could be good. But yeah, no. Bad times. I was saying about movies, right? Like, that to me, like, in the before times, I already wasn't thinking about going to the movies. So in the post time, I'm thinking about going to the movies far less. Like, it doesn't, like, I may never go to the movies again. I may never go to the movies I cannot see myself in the year 2021 going to see a movie. If I was still in New York, would I maybe go see an anime movie subtitled, which I very much have enjoyed in previous times in my life? I could see myself doing that. Like, I would love to see the Demon Slayer movie in a theater. That's something I would go see. If I could get the subtitled Demon Slayer movie in a theater, I would love that. That would be great. It won't be in the U.S. anyway, but like the Laid Back Camp movie that's coming out in next year or the year after, if that had a New York and L.A. release, I would see that in theaters because it's Laid Back Camp. That's less likely. But Pat, Demon Slayer comes out in theaters this month, and that's worth it. But one, I don't know if it comes into theaters here in South Carolina. I have not looked. No, it's not. It's not. But also, like, that could be a thing. Like, if I had been in New York, maybe I would consider going. I don't think it's going to be here in South Carolina. It might be, but I don't know. But like, yeah, I was commenting this in a group chat. Uh, ooh, I have put some pieces on. I have put some kind of wrong color on because I need two more of this color right here. You see this color right here, this dark gray? These two I need on this side. I need two on this side, and I do not have them, which means that these two light gray, most likely, I have put dark gray somewhere where light gray is supposed to be. So I don't know where that is, and now I'm going to go back. I usually do these things at the big chains, so I imagine it would. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Okay, so those are right. Now I'm going to go back here and look for. I'm going to look for some light things and see if I put dark there where it shouldn't be dark. And I don't know. Maybe I didn't. That's dark there. That's light there. I know that. Underneath there. Yeah, that's right. All right. So now I'm going back here and I am looking for light 1x2s to see if I have put light 1x2 somewhere and instead put dark 1x2s. I don't know. I don't know if I have messed up somewhere dramatically somewhere. Like maybe it was supposed to be these two here that I did wrong. I don't know. But I'm looking now for. I don't know if I did this on this. I might be here. Maybe I put them on this because I did do two bags. I opened both bags, so it's possible that I just. Yeah, I don't see that anywhere on here. Looking now, are these dark here even included? That might be what happened. I might have used these need to be somewhere on the child, perhaps. So I don't know. But it looks like I have messed up somewhere. And I don't know where I'd messed up, which is frustrating. So I'm going to quickly look for these here and see if I can find that there. But I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong, and it's okay, and it happens. And hopefully I'll be able to figure this out. Because we don't want to be killing time. We don't want to be wasting time here on that. But I don't see those two pieces used for anything, so. No. Alright, well. Do light gray on here, I guess. Yeah, I guess we're going to do that. So this, I guess, is a good indication that, like, sometimes don't do what I did there, which is open both bags. Each, just do the bag for the one kit. We're going to put these light gray on the back here in case we need these light gray later. We can take them off that, and we're going to take dark gray from that because I need two dark gray pieces here on this side. And we'll just figure it out as we go. As I said, we're kind of borrowing from the future, and we'll do okay. Epic Open World says, I broke my glasses after getting my COVID shot. The universe does not want me to get a full win, it seems. So that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. That does really suck. That's awful. Xenogears is the host in the stream. Thank you, Xenogears. Appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. We are going to take a pause for the cause in a moment or two. I'll start talking about some anime that I've been watching. I will tell you right now that actually, yeah, we'll take the pause for the cause because we have a few steps left on this, but I do want to get there, finish the other arm. But this isn't like 2 minutes. This is like a few minutes. Not staying long, but enjoy that host. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Welcome. We are going to take a little pause for the cause, talk about ways you can support the channel. Again, all these things are optional, but I'll go through a few things, including kind of reminding you about some videos that you should check out. And talking about some shows that I watched coming up. I've got 3 anime to talk about. I'm going to check my messages right here. And okay, that's good. All right. So, once again, folks, promoting this. No stream this Thursday on this channel, not streaming, but I am going to be streaming this Friday instead at twitch.tv/Plamo Weekender, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central, which is 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. I normally stream at 9 p.m. Eastern, so it's the same starting time, but an hour plus, going an extra hour. I'll be building the Woodham Pod. We are raising money for the Cure Alzheimer's Fund, which is a nonprofit that none of the board members take a salary. They are just working to raise money to help find a cure for Alzheimer's. And I am one of 21 model kit builders. If you donate $20 anytime that weekend, you are entered to win fabulous prizes of model kits and tools and equipment and gift cards. It's going to be rad. Every $50 donated during my stream, a cumulative. So if you donate 10, somebody else donates 20, someone else donates 20, boom, I open a pack of random trading cards. I got a bunch of different packs of cards from all kinds of different properties, including one thing I'm still not very clear on what it was. I think it was a comic book line by like that is not like in a, I don't know. It's weird. It was a weird thing where I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm getting it because that's a weird name. So I'm going to open up those packs. We're going to try to raise a bunch of money. If I somehow manage to raise $600, which would be $50 more than my goal, which is $550 for 11 packs, I will owe you packs and open them in the future. Come check that out. I'll be hosting it here on this chat, but I won't be looking at this chat. I might still look at this chat. Anyway, I'm going to get to this real quick so we can get back to building because I definitely want to finish this and get into the Penelope a little bit because that's just going to be a wonderful kit. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the vote in the chat. Let the people know you're a subscriber. I'm throwing some motes in there. Thank you so much. If you've been gifted a sub, you can convert that gifted sub to a regular subscription anytime you'd like. Just hit the renew, and they won't charge you until your free month is over. But gifting a sub is a great way to support what I do here. You can gift a sub to the community. You can use your Twitch Prime gaming token if you'd like to do that. Appreciate that. Bits and coins always appreciated on the stream. Just gets me to that, having a good little payout. And right now, Harold's the only person doing bits this month, so you want to get on the top of there. Bobby with 10 gifted subs at the top of the leaderboard there. One gifted sub puts you on the leaderboard. But these are all optional. Everything I'm going to talk about is optional, including my Patreon. Patreon.com/PatBear is optional. If you're watching this later on YouTube, what's up, YouTube? You can see the links in the show description. I got a Patreon. There's a $1, a $3, a $5, a $10 tier. Lots of different tiers. I got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. Subscribing is free. Please subscribe because I post at least one video every week. Sometimes I post more. And so yeah, youtube.com/PatBear, and you could join. I mean, you could get join there and become a member for $2 a month. You get a video a day early. It's pretty neat. Let's see. Also, direct donations, always appreciated. Coffee and Streamlabs, it appears on screen in the overlay. If you use PayPal, that is just between us. Anything I make through direct donations, YouTube, because I'm so close to YouTube payout. I'm like $4 away. Who knows when that's going to happen, but one good month on my Twitch, my YouTube, baby. Twitch and Patreon, all that money goes into buying more model kits to build. I bought this Penelope with my own money. It's one of the most expensive kits I have bought in a very long time. It is a huge. We're building a full big Gundam, the Odysseus, and then putting a giant flight suit on top of it that may or may not look like a chicken. But yeah, keep buying kits because of your generous support, and I appreciate that. Now, if you want to support me for free, you can join my Discord. I got a Discord. It's nice. I check in every day. People post things, stuff they're working on. I post videos like the latest episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. I put out a new episode today. I am answering the question, hey, what's up with that sound effect that shows up in anime? It's called the wow sound, which is very clever because it's just a woman going, wow. and there's like a sound effect happening when she goes, "Wow." And I was wondering that because it just showed up in Quintessential Quintuplet Season 2. The "wow" sound effect showed up, and I went, "What the fuck?" And so I did research, and look, is it deep research? No. Is it conclusive research? Kind of. But I was like, what's up with that? What is going on with that? Why is that a thing? Why is that popular? Why is it all over My Hero Academia and Fairy Tail and a bunch of dirty anime and also anime that's not dirty? What's going on with that? Is it the anime version of Owen Wilson saying "wow"? It's just generally it conveys a revealing outfit that a woman is wearing, and it's just like "wow," and you're just like, "What's happening? What's going on?" But it also can just mean like, "Oh, this is cool." So I explore that. It's a 8-minute, 10-minute video about the "wow" sound effect because it just made me annoyed that I didn't know what it was, and so I looked it up, and now you'll know. So if you want to know about a anime trope, there you go. And then Bear With Me. I'll have a new version of Bear With Me up this Wednesday. Here's the latest one. The Bear With Me is me reacting to things. I think you'll like it. It's cute. This is a cute one. It's got cute in the name, so check that out. I'm going to talk about some anime. We're going to finish up the Mandalorian kit here, and then we're going to get into the Penelope. So first, let me go and get this ready here so I can talk anime. I got to make this bigger. Great. Now, I will say this. After I drink some water, I will say this. I'm going to take a break on My Hero Academia. I didn't watch it on Saturday. I didn't watch it on Sunday, and I didn't watch it today. I just kept getting close to it being time to watch it, and then I didn't watch it. So I don't know. I was just like not feeling it. So I'm going to take a break on the show, and I might come back to it this season and just kind of like marathon a bunch of it. But yeah, not really feeling it too much, so I'm not going to watch it. I did watch 3 shows that come out on Sundays and Mondays. 2 on Sunday, 1 on Monday. So I did watch 3 anime, and I'll talk about those now. Dragon Ghost House Hunting is on Funimation. This is the 2nd episode. Hey, Words Maybe, welcome. I'm finishing up our Mandalorian here, talking a little anime. So, what do I want to say about this show? Okay, so basically, this episode is building a pattern, which is Letty is our dragon. Letty has been kicked out of their home. They can no longer go back to where they were, the caves, the dragon caves. They're out there to toughen up. Letty has met an architect and real estate agent who is an elf, who also introduces himself. This is Daria. Daria is also like, hey, I'm also a demon lord. And it's kind of brushed off, but this is a actual demon lord. This is not an elf. This is someone posing as an elf who is a demon lord, who is also an architect and real estate agent, and that's weird. But we're setting up a pattern, which is Daria is going to take Letty to places that Letty does not want to be, and putting Letty in bad situations, and it's possibly to maybe toughen. I don't know if it's for a sick amusement, if Daria is bad at their job, or if he is like trying to maybe toughen them up a bit. I'm not sure what's going on with this. It's weird. But anyway, the first place is a dungeon that is designed to keep adventurers away, and it's full of traps. Letty hates those traps. Then we check out a haunted mansion, and that mansion is haunted by wraiths, ghosts, and ghouls, and they actually seem like pretty chill. They're like, oh, we would love it if you stayed here. We live out in the behind the house, in our graves, and we come by a lot, but like you seem chill, like you're welcome to live here. And then Letty's just like, hey, that's nice, but no, I don't need these many people. You're scary. No, thank you. Um, I should also mention that this segment they go first person, like a first person horror game, and Letty literally says it's going first person. Don't break in the fourth wall. There are references to Luigi's Mansion and Resident Evil. There is a ribbon cable reference and a vacuum cleaner reference, which Letty does not get, but obviously I got and thought was adorable. Um, and yeah, there's a little backstory where we find out that Diaria traveled with a dragon at one point. Um, and then they're gonna keep going because Letty did not enjoy any of the places that they were shown. So now they're like, okay, well, I did not like this, so they're going to continue. I do know there are other characters in the show. We have not met them yet. There is some girl character, young girl character, and there is a some sort of bird, some sort of magical bird that are in the opening, and they seem to be nice. And I hope that they are good people for Letty. But yeah, I am wondering what's up with Diaria, why Diaria is doing this, and I want to know if this is like tough love or like trying to help or just like utter negligence, and I just can't figure it out. Yep, all right, I am missing another piece here. This is a dark gray, should be here, and I don't have it. And these are definitely the wrong pieces. These should have gone somewhere, I think, because now I'm looking at it. No, I'm using these in the future. All right. So, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to look to see if I dropped anything. Because, like, my literal thought was, did I drop some of these? Because it's not like I have, like, extra. I just don't have any. And it's weird. It's very strange to be like short on pieces in a Lego set. So I was like, did I drop some of these, and that's why I can't find them? But I don't know. It is incredibly rare, folks, to just not have enough Lego pieces that you're supposed to have, which is why I thought maybe I had dropped some. Um, but I guess I'm gonna just look ahead to see if. So my going assumption right now is that I use the wrong color because some of these are similar. So I'm just going to do this with that and then figure it out as we go. But yeah, I'm going to assume that I messed up and it's not the kit that messed up. But some of these colors are going to be a little different because I'm just working with what I got, and that's as best I can do. So I don't know. But anyway, I recommend Dragon Ghost House Hunting. I think it's a very cute show. I am enjoying it very much. It gets my approval. A show I don't know if it's good. I don't know if this show is good. I can't tell if this show is good, folks. Is Seven Knights Revolution Hero Successor? I I can't tell. I can tell you this. I didn't know going into the first episode this was going to be a lot of this show was going to be a magic school show. I knew that there was something dark and sinister happening in the world, and there are heroes, and something about being successors, which means that there are ancient heroes and you inherit their powers. Okay, sure, sure. And then our main character Nemo was going to unlock these powers, which he did, and his powers look cool because he has a blade arm that he can shoot like a grappling hook. It's because it's got a rope attached, and that's just rad as hell. It's just cool looking, visually interesting. And then he's taking some characteristics on of his hero. This episode was there was a monster, and we got some backstory, and we met a bunch of characters. There's like elves, and there were like characters that didn't seem like that interesting. It was a weird thing where the most interesting character was somebody that I was like, oh, I don't know if I like or hate this guy. His name is Joe, Jou, and I know that he is like. It was a thing where he got introduced and he was like loud and brash, and like he values strength over anything else. And I was like, I'm either gonna hate this guy or I'm going to learn to love him. And by the end of the episode, I kind of learned to love him. Um, there's also, I want to point out the minor character Claire, who works in the research lab. She's got glasses. She's probably not important. She's probably just comic relief. But I love her because she had personality and had a straightforward gimmick, which is she thinks that one of the elves is very hot. So he knows that, so he avoids the research and sends somebody there in his place. Uh, and I just like that. I like that she's just straightforward, and she's just like, don't you agree that he's just the cutest? Like, there's no one cuter than this guy. And then he, the main dude's just like, Nemo's just like, sure, yeah, all right, yeah, if you like him, great, okay. And I just appreciate that straightforwardness because I didn't think we were going to get a lot of that. Um, there's a monster fight, so of course Joe and Nemo work together. Um, we get some. There's a librarian because everyone has these cards, and the cards are how you get your shit connected. Oh, there's the back here. We're getting our cape. Uh, the librarian helps you connect the cards. Is this librarian a soft-spoken, big-boobed woman? Yes. Is there already fan art of her out there? Undoubtedly. I can make no promises, but also I know in my heart of hearts that character, whose name I did not write down, Ms. something or other, maybe I think Sophia, I want to say, that there's got to be fan art of her already because soft-spoken, having secrets lady. Um, because Nemo's hero is unknown to history, and it's rare for someone to just manifest a card. So that's weird. And so apparently people are worried that he might be too weak and this hero might take over his form or something. Because Nemo is weak and perhaps too kind. So who knows? Who the fuck knows? Not me. I don't know. Uh, but I'm gonna give this another episode because, well, oh look, the best thing that's happening to Seven Knights Revolution Hero Successor, which is a mouthful, is that it comes out on a uh, a Sunday, and I only have a couple shows to watch Sunday, Monday, because Odd Taxi didn't hit me right. I know some people were really enjoying it. It just didn't hit me in a way that I wanted to check it out. But yeah, I don't have a lot. I'm not watching a lot on Sunday and Monday. So sure, I will. Most likely, one of my Saturday shows will move this slot because right now my Friday Saturday slot is going to be 5 shows, and that's a lot. So I might move one of them to Sunday, Monday. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, the last show I want to talk to you about is Let's Make a Mug 2. Not the number 2, T-O-O. Let's Make a Mug 2. This show is still very lovely. I am a little worried because there is a talk of a pottery competition coming up, or a ceramics competition. A competition of some sort is coming up, and that is worrisome because I am afraid that is plot, and no good slice of life about girls being into things has that much plot in it. So I am a little concerned about that, but hopefully it will still be rad. Let's see. What happened in this episode that was good that I want to talk about? If you don't know, Let's Make a Mug 2 about a girl she and her dad and her grandma move back to the dad's hometown. She goes to school. She joins the pottery club, which apparently her mother, who also grew up in that town, was really into pottery and is apparently well known. But not a lot of people are in the pottery club because everyone does pottery in Tajime City from like an early age, and a lot of kids are just kind of over it by the time they get to high school. Also, this is definitely funded by Tajime. The city is definitely funding this anime and the live action component that also airs because this anime is 14 minutes and then 9 minutes live action about the voice actors hanging out in the city and doing stuff in the city. So it is definitely paid. I don't know how much, but it is definitely paid by some. Um, there is a running gag in this episode about Himeno, or Hime, as she is called. Um, she doesn't know basic pottery facts, and everyone else is like constantly just like, "What? How do you not know these things?" Because they grew up in this town, so they know very well. Which I like that. It's a recurring gag. It's a good recurring gag. That they're just like constantly shocked that she doesn't know shit. Um, so that's good. Uh, Also, I want to know more about Nano-chan, Nanoko, who is. They were childhood friends, and then like she was really young, and now they've like because she lives next door. Now they've gotten reunited, and she's like in the pottery club, but she says like her number one thing is the Hime Research Club. Uh, and it's just like, wait, is this like a Cardcaptor Sakura thing where like the main supporting character is like clearly in love with the main girl? Like, what's going on here? Is this secretly a queer show? I don't think it is. I just think that she's weird, but I do like it. And they hit the town and they see some ceramics and learn a lot about stuff. And not very like literally no pottery happened in this episode. But do you know where pottery did happen? In the live action segment, the four voice actors, uh, they made some pottery. They made some mugs in a place in Tajime, which they said the name of and spent a lot of time talking about. And it was very cute. Um, it's I would say informative. They're all likable. Okay, so this is a thing that happens in Japan. Like you rarely see it in the West, but like if you check out Crunchyroll's Laid Back Camp, there's a special episode where one of the voice actresses goes and camps, and it's filmed that she's camping, and it's very much like produced, but it's meant to be like, oh, check out this voice actor doing this thing. That is a very common thing in Japanese television, is having voice actors do stuff to help promote the show. It's rare we get to see it. It's rare that it's embedded in the show. It's usually bonus stuff, but this is just like, no, this is like complimentary. So we get to see these girls. They're all likable, and we get to see them like make some pottery and be like psyched about it, and like they each make a different mug, and they're like pretty happy about how it turns out. Speaking of happy how it turns out, this is pretty cute. I'm going to keep these out for a little while. I'm going to put these on display for a bit. Mandalorian and the child. Pretty pleased with how it turned out. I do have a bunch of extra pieces, but none of the ones I was looking for, so I don't know what happened there. I must have just used the wrong color because they were all too similar to my eye. But anyway, I'm going to take a photo of this, and then we're going to move on and get the Penelope set up. But yeah, it's kind of weird, the live action portion, but I like it. And it's kind of neat to get that, because you don't, yes, Mando, man-child. You don't get that often, is what I was saying. Sorry, let me just look at this email. Oh, that's nothing. Yes, you just don't get this kind of promotion, so that was kind of cool. That is a gigantic baby Yoda compared to the Mandalorian. It is. Brickheads are not to scale, folks. But because even if you take it out, like that is weird. You're not wrong. That is an odd scale. But I'm going to take a photo of them head on, because that'll be better for photographer. So we'll just do that. And then we're going to get some of Penelope done right. I can never remember Baby. Yeah, I just call it the child. It's like, it's not Goop, but it's like Grurg. It's something like that. I just can't remember, so I just say the child or Baby Yoda. Because I also don't give a shit. Great. That's done. Mandalorian and child are completed. Put that to the side. Because we gotta move I gotta move just the biggest box over. The Grug. Yes. Thank you. Alright. Penelope. It's go time. The Penelope. This is from Gundam Hathaway Flash. Flash? Yes. This came out in 2019. It is a huge ass kit. I cannot stress enough. It is a complete Gundam. We are building the Odyssey, the Odysseus Gundam with the flight unit, and then we are putting the Penelope over it. The Penelope is the flight form over that. It is a huge thing. It is a giant chicken over a Gundam. It's a good Gundam too. It's got some weapons. It comes with this old display base from years and years ago, which we just used on the Strike Noir. These old school. This is an old school base. What year? Yes. This base is from the year 2004. So that's how old this base is, which is nonsense that is on there. We won't get too far into this kit. And then also, sadly, we won't get too far into this kit tonight. And then I won't be starting it again until Saturday because no building on Thursday. Friday, working on the pod, the wooden pod, which again is wooden pod. There's the wooden pod. You can see this is set up for Friday because I have my little next pack when we hit. That's for Friday. But the Penelope. This is a giant nonsense kit. Very excited to work on it. The white, we're going to use gray markers. The red, we're going to use brown markers. And the yellow, we'll use black markers. And then there's also this, there's some of this color here, which we'll use black for as well. And that'll look great. This is a giant box. I can't stress enough how big this box is. I'd have to zoom out to really see it. We are going from A to M. With no skips in between. This is a big old thing. Again, this came out in 2019. I am excited to work on it. It's a whole lot. Let's get into it. We're not going to get too far into this kit because we don't have a lot of time. But I did want to start it tonight. So yeah, I got my tools. We will panel line as we go. This kit is going to look great with some panel lining. But first, we have to build the body of the Odysseus Gundam. This kit, as I said, was expensive. This was the one big expensive kit I bought with my money that came in from what do you call it? Oh, my stimulus. This was my one big stimulus purchase. Was this JKLM? Oh, we got here. Joe Odin is now following. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. I'm working on the Penelope. We just finished a cute little Brickheadz Lego set. Now we're doing the Penelope. Gonna work on we're working on the chest here. We just got in. Got a little time left in the stream. As I said, that's the anime I've been watching. I still recommend that. As someone building a kit with a ton of runners, I wish I had some sort of runner storage thing, like another table. Yeah, I didn't mention my Amazon wish. Another table is always great. I didn't mention my Amazon wish list, but today. But I do have an Amazon wish list, and you could find that in the show description later on YouTube, or it's in my Twitter. But I'll just put it here now. But I do have an Amazon wish list. If you buy something, it comes there from the wish list. On my wish list at the bottom is this Gundam model piece, shelving thing. It's a third party shelving thing. It's not official. I have heard pretty good thoughts on it. and I would definitely like to get it. You know, like uh, it's not the same thing, obviously, as like the painting stand things or anything like that. But you know, that'd be pretty good. I used to have a little collapsible shelving thing I still it's in New York. I just don't have it here. Um, I got that, and that was very helpful to organize things. And that was on a little table that sat beside me. Like I would have put it here or something like. But I didn't take those. I didn't fly with those. I could buy more of them. Right now, I just build out of the box right next to me because this table is pretty long. So I am able to do that, and that works out pretty well. It's not perfect. It's not the same, obviously, as having some sort of shelving or organizing for runners, but it works. I don't dislike it. As I said, Wednesday, my next stream is my bonus stream this week is on Wednesday, folks, and I recommend you come by on Wednesday. It's gonna be pretty rad. I'm playing Pokemon Emerald Randomizer. It is me returning to Pokemon Emerald where I left off. It is a randomizer run using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, where all of the Pokemon that I am encountering are random. They are accurate level, but they are totally random. All the trainers have random Pokemon, including the gym leaders. And my starters were all random. It is very fun. I am enjoying it very much. I hope you will come check it out because it is a good time. We need another M. There's another M here. M. Great. The other M. The other M. It's really fun, and yeah, I'm going to try to make some more progress in that game on Wednesday, and it'll just be a chill little thing. Again, no stream this Thursday. It is the first Thursday I'm not streaming in a very long time because I'm doing a charity event on Friday. It is my pinned tweet on Twitter. More information about that, but I'll be at Plamo Weekender, the Plastic Model Kit Weekender, and I will host it in this stream. But that is where I will primarily be looking in chat because there will be hopefully a lot of people watching because there's a lot of model kit builders doing stuff. We got 21 streamers, which is just incredibly rad. And hopefully people will come out and they will donate to help us raise money to cure Alzheimer's because that is what we were doing. That is what we were attempting to do. Is raise money for that. And every $50 raised during my stream, I will cumulatively $50. I will open a random pack of trading cards that I have purchased. I got a bunch of nonsense. There's anime stuff in there. There's trading card game stuff in there. There are movie cards from movies that maybe you haven't even heard of. There is comic book thing that I haven't heard of and don't know anything about. And I was like, what? This is a very 90s name for whatever this is. And I'll talk about it and open it up. I've been saying sports. I have a sports thing, and that is like 25 cards. I don't know why it's so many cards, but it's a substantial number of cards, which I was very chuffed about. All right, K. Here's K. Ooh, this looks neat. Working on the chest here. We'll get a lot of this complete before we do any panel lining, but I want to get some of this assembled. I want to get a little of this assembled because I'm not building this on Friday. And Friday I'm working on the Woodham pod from Gundam Build Divers. The Woodham is just lovely colors, not too many. I think if things go well, I'll be able to build it in 3 hours. My only fear about building in 3 hours, the only thing that's worrisome is if we all go nonsense for cards, it might slow me down. But that's, I think, a good problem to have. And if I don't finish it on Friday, I will finish it on stream on Saturday. I'll do it first and then go back to Penelope because I want to get that going. But I think if I don't do panel lining on stream, it'll work out. All right, this is kind of cool how this is coming together. Just put these in like this. These arm pieces here, and then because that basically tells me these have a lot of pull they can do, which is pretty neat. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Stuff I've been watching. If I've been watching anything. Oh, we didn't talk about WrestleMania. Um, so I was not planning on watching WrestleMania, but wasn't feeling that great physically yesterday. Just I had done a lot of yard work, and even though I was wearing a mask, I was still feeling under the weather. We did a lot of spring cleaning of the patio, which had a lot of pollen left in it, and it just kind of wrecked me. So I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling 100%. I have Peacock. I'm going to watch WrestleMania. So I watched WrestleMania Night 1 in like segments, like skipping around, and then I watched Night 2 live. Um, Night 1 was certainly better than Night 2. There were a few matches in Night 2 that were great. Seeing my boy Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Uh, I kind of wanted to watch the part where they got rained out and were desperately trying to fill time. Lashbrook, some of those folks need to take some improv classes because they are rusty. It's been years since they've been on the indie scene and they do not know how to kill time with a promo. Other people, oh, weird. The New Day just nailed it. Just knew what they were going to say and just killed it. Weird. Weird how those guys were incredibly capable when called upon. Huh. Yeah, that was real weird on night 1. Uh, WrestleMania was a rough one for a lot of people, but they managed to pull it off. Um, yeah, overall there were some really incredible matches. I mean, look, night 1 of WrestleMania. Um, was this K17? Yes, night 1 of WrestleMania, ending with Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, having 2 black women headline a night of WrestleMania. Yes, asterisk, there were 2 nights of WrestleMania instead of just 1 night, but having the 2 of them for the SmackDown title uh, was that's incredible, and it was worthy of that. That match was worthy of that spot. They delivered. They kicked ass, um, and so that was great. And one of the few one baby face, one face won on night 2 of WrestleMania. One face won, and that was Randy Orton. So does that count? I don't know if that counts as a victory. If the face is Randy Orton when everyone wanted the heel to win, I don't know if that should count because that sucked ass. Um, I will say this, even though it was the heel, I was cheering for Sheamus. 1, because Sheamus has been doing really good work, and 2, I hate Matt Riddle. I did not enjoy Matt Riddle when he was a character that people liked. He is now a character that nobody likes because he is just his character trait is that he is a stoner, and he is a nonsense stoner. He is the cartoonish stoner that is written by people that have never smoked weed. Uh, there's nothing authentic about what he's doing. He is a in-ring decent competitor, seemingly a complete garbage person. So I was cheering for Sheamus, who works really hard and is, by all accounts, a good egg. Uh, and when, oh boy, y'all, if I can objectify a for just a moment, for a while there, Sheamus had a mohawk. He had a big old mohawk, but that was just his wrestle look. He didn't wear the mohawk out in his day to day. He combed it, so it was a big old mohawk, and he combed it to the side, real sharp, but he had shaved everything else. So he just combed it. That and that accent, hoo boy. Hoo boy. Sheamus. You can find him on some of his workouts, because he got his Celtic Warrior workouts. And, oh boy, that look for Sheamus, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I panel-line this because it's going to be probably actually harder to get at once we're built up more. I'm just getting the vibe that that's going to be harder to do, and we'll know in a second. But yeah, so I was happy for Sheamus to win because I don't like Matt Riddle at all. So I was more than happy to cheer for Sheamus, even though he was clearly the heel. But yeah, I can't believe that along with the WWE Universe, like the people in person, the people at home, I can't believe that I was cheering for Tamina at a match in WrestleMania. Not a pre-show match, not a women's battle royale, an actual tag team match, a 2-on-2 tag team match, I found myself on the Tamina train, hyped up for Tamina Snuka, wanting her to get that big WrestleMania win, uh, mainly because I don't like the tag team of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I want Shayna to be, I want Nia to get more wrestling training, and I want Shayna to be a singles competitor and not in this bad tag team. So I was just looking for them to lose. Now, do I think the tag team of Tamina and Natalya makes any sense? No, that's not a good tag team. But I still wanted them to win, and they did not. At least Nia and Shayna had matching colors to their outfits, which are not matching outfits. If you're a tag team, you should look like you're a tag team. Look at the New Day. Look at the New Day. At this point, they never sending Nia back for training. I know. I just then I wanted her to work with have her work with Natalya, have her work with incredibly well trained, incredibly vibrant, good wrestlers that know how to work safely with her, because she should not be she can't call matches. I mean, we saw it. We literally heard her trying to call a spot with Tamina, and it was like, okay, well, that's not going to work. You can't do that. Asuka's never won at WrestleMania, and that is unbelievable. It is unbelievably a shame. Did it make sense for Rhea Ripley to win? Yes. It totally made sense. Rhea Ripley should have beaten Charlotte last year at WrestleMania. It was a crime that she did not. Her getting her win sets her up for great things. Asuka in the chase. Asuka as somebody that still isn't afraid of Rhea Ripley is a great story if they want to go that route. Asuka has been one of the best people at the company this last year and has been putting in incredible work since she got the title. And I want her to have a WrestleMania win, but it made sense for Rhea to get it. It's just, yeah, I wasn't thrilled about that, but I get it, and it is the right call, even if I don't want it. But yeah, look, did I take some sick satisfaction in Kevin Owens giving a stone cold stunner to Logan Paul? Of course I love that part of the match. I love that post-match moment. Did I want to see Logan Paul at all? No. Did I just want it to be Sammy first? I mean, look, he didn't get involved in the match, but did I just want it to be Sammy and Kevin fighting at WrestleMania and maybe what I actually wanted was them getting more time. They needed more time for that match. That match had another thing. So yeah, Epic Open World, sometimes people want to be involved in wrestling, and sometimes all the time wrestling wants people of any note to be involved. But yeah, so Sami Zayn has been doing this thing about about how he is being there's a conspiracy against him. He has documentary crew. There's a big conspiracy. This whole thing. Before any business happened, Logan Paul happened to follow Sami Zayn because somebody told him it was a funny gimmick or whatever. WWE does love celebrities because celebrities bring eyes to the product. I did love that a fucking WrestleMania, a Florida WrestleMania crowd was like, boo. They booed him. He got some cheers, but he got a lot of boos, which was great. I was happy about that Logan Paul got some boos. But yeah, so Logan Paul ends up being Sami Zayn's special guest at WrestleMania. And then, he congratulates he congratulates Owens for beating Sami. Sami is mad. And then he tries to celebrate with Owens, and Owens is like, all right, I'm giving you a stunner. And he took a stunner, and good for him for taking a stunner, but yeah. Now, if you want to talk about good celebrity shit, if you want to talk about top-notch, high-quality celebrity stuff, Well, we got to talk about Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny had one of the best appearances. Bad Bunny is now the gold standard for celebrities in a wrestling match. Had a tag team match with Damian Priest against The Miz and John Morrison, Miz and Morrison, um, and Bad Bunny was in the match for most of the thing. He was in, like, Damian Priest apparently is injured or coming off of injury, so he was limited in what he could do in the match, which is why they had held off on having him part of it. Bad Bunny did a Canadian destroyer on the outside. Did John Morrison protect himself in an obvious way? Yes, he did. Am I mad about that? Fuck no. A non-wrestler is going to do a Canadian destroyer. You protect yourself. But yeah, Bad Bunny put in the work. Did clearly. That's a case of a celebrity who was like, from the stories I have heard, uh, that match was yes. Bad Bunny is a Latin American fucking star. This is a Grammy winner. This is the dude that was the musical guest on SNL and brought the 24/7 championship because, oh yeah, he had for a while the 24/7 championship. He brought the championship belt with him when he performed on SNL. This dude, he wrote a song about how cool Booker T is because he grew up loving Booker T. And then Booker T was in the music video because Booker T maybe didn't know who Bad Bunny was, but definitely people were like, hey, yeah, that dude is a millionaire. And very well, like, yeah, you want to be in that. So there's a song about Booker T with Booker T in it. That leads to somebody just going, if you tell them you would like to be a part of it, you can just do wrestling. Like, they would love to have you. So he, like, performed the song with Booker T, and then he got involved in an angle, and it was clear, like, oh, yeah. He's very talented, clearly knowledgeable about wrestling, gung-ho, excited to be there. Like, I have all the respect and more from his previous appearances to what he did there. But yeah, Bad Bunny just like basically stole WrestleMania, like stole the show in night one. One of the coolest coolest matches. But yeah, really good work. I mean, Miz and Morrison are professionals. They can sell really well. They made him look like $1,000,000. They know that's going to put eyes. The world is looking a portion of the world, and that's like genuinely a audience that was like might not be super into wrestling, but are definitely into Bad Bunny, seeing what Bad Bunny is doing, and then like maybe finding something else. Maybe they tuned in that night and they were like interested in the women's like gauntlet, or interested in Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, like just a big hoss fight. Like there might have been something that night they saw. Now, if you were tuning in because you wanted to see Logan Paul, the very first thing you saw was a spooky ghost man, or sorry, clown man, fight a guy in white trunks who looks like an asshole, and then there was some sort of like odd, like Harley Quinn looking girl and a big Jack in the Box, and you don't know what the fuck happened. I can't believe that opened night 2 of WrestleMania. That's just bizarre as hell. That was unbelievably weird way to start night 2 of WrestleMania. It was kind of incredible. Alright, I need J. Need to find J. That's J. The red is J. We're going to call it, we are going to raid, folks. That's what we do here at the end of every stream. We go and give a raid to spread some love. And maybe you'll find a streamer you like because of that. You'll find someone cool. And again, this Wednesday I will be continuing to play Pokemon Emerald Randomizer, and you should check that out because it is really fun. I have a good time with that. We got some great. When we catch Pokemon, the audience gives me chat, which is you, gives me suggestions of names, and I take those suggestions to heart. And we got some goofy Pokemon. I heard Bray was supposed to win the match, and then WWE did a thing that switched it hours before. Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. Like, do the thing with Sister Abigail, like Alexa, demonic Alexa, just do that after the match. Have him like why are we bringing Bray Wyatt back? Why are we making him undead zombie, toasted zombie? Then you take that away. Taking that away doesn't make any sense. And two, they like they can't just keep having the Fiend should look. One, the Fiend shouldn't be losing. And two, the Fiend should definitely not be losing to one RKO. Like, you can't do that shit. It just doesn't make any sense. The guy survived being lit on fire, and he loses to Randy Orton's finisher once. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Very frustrating. Just frustrating. Anyway, we got a little bit of Penelope done. We didn't get much of it done, but we got some of it done, and we'll pick that up again on Saturday, because I'm not doing model kit building on Thursday, as I said, but I am doing it on Saturday. So come back then. Come back tomorrow for some games. Right now, we are going to go and raid. I'm going to go find somebody for us to go raid, so come along on that. It'll be fun. We're going to find somebody cool as hell you should check out that I think is great. And that's it. Got a little message there. And who are we raiding? We're raiding somebody. We are going to go give a raid to, we have not raided her in quite some time. Mary Kish is playing Yakuza 0. Mary rules. And Mary playing a Yakuza game is a great time. But yeah, it has been a hot minute since we raided Mary. Thank you, Epic Omar, for being here. Thanks, everybody, for being around. Again, tomorrow, Wednesday, Pokemon Emerald Randomizer. Thursday, no stream. First Thursday off with no stream for a while. Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern at Plamo Weekender, which is, again, Plamo Weekender, all there. And I'll see you on the next stream. Thanks for coming here. Have a great night. We're going to go raid Mary Kish, who's playing Yakuza 0. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.